Blake, are you eating? What are you going to have? Can you make them? I don't care if you got to get Tito off of you.
Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi's Stadium. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers. Wins have eluded both of these teams through the first 4 weeks. It's an old-fashioned battle of the basement here in Week 5. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Purdy. Completes it downfield to Pearsall. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a 6-0 lead right away. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown. One snap in, and this offense as efficient as they could be, partner, and looking very dangerous to begin this ball game too.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing for coaches to tell us in our production meetings they want to be a quick strike offense, got to be explosive. But they put that talk into action. One play from scrimmage, one touchdown, and one massive statement sent across the field.
Right, ready to send this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
First carry of the game. It's the rookie out of Missouri. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Burrow from the gun. He's got this complete. It's Tom Brooks. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Can. 11, Thomas. 12, 11, Mighty. 11, Mighty. Dot.
Burrow back to throw. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. And we're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script. Brock test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
11. 11. Stop.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he won't be able to take it all the way. Got close, though. Out of bounds just shy of that 10-yard line. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Yeah, right there. That's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom, connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10.
180. It's hot. 11.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Throwing the out route, complete. And he's going to be touched down right at the line, so no gain on the play.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Hey, can. Stop.
Burrow gets it out wide quick. Well, this certainly makes the 3rd down easier. Nearly avoided it altogether. Gain of 10 right up near that marker now.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here we go. 180. Stop.
Play action now, Burrow. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals finish off their opening drive. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down just inside the 25. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Get set. Up.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. That's incomplete on 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Coverage by Demetrius Knight.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Get set. 18. Watch out.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. It is cut left side. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They're going to go. It's Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch. And This great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. What a time to rip. Off that type of gain, huh? Gets him a first on 4th down.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
McCaffrey running between the tackles. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. They stick with McCaffrey. Unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play. Here he goes, 3rd and long. It's caught. Pearsall has it. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's 16 yards on that play. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
First and 10 now. Here's Purdy. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
First carry here for Jordan James. And 2nd down only works out for a yard.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A 2-yard.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Time to get the 2nd quarter going. The 49ers set up inside the red zone. On 3rd down, Purdy. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Bengals will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. Get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. And you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
Burrow on first down. Escapes the pocket. Brought in downfield by Gesicki. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. Give him 38 on that one. And the Bengals have a first down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Michael Williams there to haul him down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Here we go. Big 13.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. On the move, headed right. Brought in by Chase near the sideline. He hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. That's 16 on the pickup. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Cincinnati.
Here we go. 12. 180. 180. 12.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Forced out to his right. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Defense was clearly focused on taking away the pass, and that RPO scheme offensively feels so good when you get the job done and you get a chunk run on RPO. That's setting you up for some success.
On the line, right?
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180.
First carry here for Tony Pollard. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones on the mounts are really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Burrow. Has it down close. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4. Offense in the hurry up here.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Brooks crosses the goal line for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. On to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there, and that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
49ers to the line. 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Going run again with McCaffrey. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Gain of 26 yards there. And that gives the 49ers the first.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. You've got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Get set, get set. 18, what's up? Up.
And up from the pistol, it's James. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Outside. Stop.
Purdy gets this from the pistol. So it'll be 2nd and long coming up, and that is on the other side of our 2-minute warning. More football from Levi Stadium in just a moment. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Get set. Yellow. 18.
3rd and long for him here. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. You got middle field open or close. You got single high or too high. Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Wandale Robinson now to return this. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out.
At their own 27-yard line.
Mighty, 11 mighty, big 13, big 13, 12, 12, 12, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11.
Here's Burrow. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Sack down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here we go. Right, 80.
Tight end going in motion here. And 2nd and 10 now. It's Burrow. Chased out to his right. Right side cut by Higgins. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. First down from the 41.
11 MP. Hey, here we go, here we go. 12. Stop. Stop.
Trying to throw this from the gun. He's got it along the sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds after it looks like about a yard there. 2nd down coming up.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Again, it's Burrow. Gets it to him on the screen. Down the sideline to the 45. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Bengals have a first down. A fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Right, 80. 11, 11, 11. 11, Thomas. 11, 11. Stop.
To the air again, it's Burrow. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Okay, from my vantage point up here, that was pretty close to drawing a penalty flag. Risky decision on first down. There was a target in the area, so thus, no penalty, and we move on to second.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line.
Here we go. 11, mighty. 11, mighty. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11, 11.
Stick it in the air. It's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches.
Get set. Right, 80. Right, up. 12, 12.
Back play, straight ahead. He loses the football. And the 49ers get to it.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the first lessons they learned in the game of football, and almost every one of them, Kate's going to say the same thing. Ball security. I bet he could even hear his old high school coach's voice in his ears right now, telling him next time, you got to hang on to it better.
All right, working from the gun to stop. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Finds him over the middle. And he'll work this one up to the 28. That stop made by Barrett Carter.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
On the gun is Purdy. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Purdy on 3rd and 1. This is a heater going deep. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. T.J. Turner comes up with it. And they get to him and tackle him on the return. But will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. They've got first down here, but just 18 seconds to work with.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11.
Burrow from the gun. Put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And it sets up 2nd down.
I can say this definitively. That is not the way you thank your defense for giving you the football. Don't follow that other quarterback steps and toss it right back to him. You got away with one.
On 1, ready?
Almost a very quick drive, but the drop pick gives him new life. This is 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. All right, now a timeout is called. 9 seconds to go in this half.
Gun. 12, 12. Right, 80. Right, cut.
Back to throw it. Buys time, rolling right. It's caught. Chase has it. And even more. Now he's past the 25. Jamar Chase. And somehow they reach the end zone with no time remaining in the half. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
McPherson to add the point after. And his kick is good. What an ending to our opening half as they take the lead. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Ready to send this one away. Here's Robinson with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Cincinnati into formation. It's first and 10. Starting this drive with a design run. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Nick Bosa makes the stop.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt to that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Back-to-back carries here. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
11.
On third down, here's Burrow. That's a cut for the first. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. Never a good time to rough the passer, Brock, but third down, that hurts even more. Gives him the first. Running back motions right. On first down, here's Burrow. Completed to his running back. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. An excellent game, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Here we go.
They bring Higgins in motion left. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the run back of the 27.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's first and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Completed over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 36-yard line.
Second down, looking for options. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They'll air it out on third. He's got Ayuk on that slant. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's a give inside to James.